This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. I'm Hal Mayer. Americans are confused about some moral issues, and born-again Christians were only a little less confused than average, according to a poll by George Barna Group American Culture and Faith Institute. A sampling of 1,000 people were asked their opinion about 8 family-related moral behaviors. 5 of the 8 behaviors were deemed acceptable by a majority of those surveyed: using pills or medical devices for birth control, 86%, getting a divorce, 77%, engaging in sex outside of marriage, 71%, having a baby out of wedlock, 69%, and intentionally viewing pornography, 58%. ACFI Executive Director and pollster George Barna laments that a lot of these things are traditionally thought of as being immoral behaviors based on biblical guidelines. But now substantial majorities of the American population embrace these particular behaviors. Americans are fairly evenly split on the acceptability of abortion, 48%, and minorities are okay with polygamy, 28%, and bullying, 23%. Born-again believers surveyed by ACFI scored an average of 22 points less supportive of 7 of the 8 immoral behaviors. The one for which there was consensus was the use of birth control. However, at the same time, we also found that majorities of even the born-again group accept things like divorce, 66%, having a baby without being married, 54%, sexual intercourse between unmarried adults, 51%. Shockingly enough, Barna adds, 4 out of 10 born-again adults, that's 38%, say that they believe that intentionally viewing pornography is morally acceptable. Barna suggests this seems to indicate that many Christians don't know what the Bible teaches about sex and marriage. I think what we see is a combination of ignorance and disobedience, willful disobedience, he said. One of the demographic groups Barna regularly taps into is what he calls sage-cons, or spiritually active, governance-engaged conservatives. That group, says ACFI, was much less likely than any other political segment to approve of 6 of the 8 behaviors assessed in this survey. For example, less than 10% approved of polygamy or bullying. Only 1/8 approved of intentionally viewing porn or having an abortion. And roughly 1/4 approved of sex outside of marriage or having a child out of wedlock. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Matthew 24, verse 12. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.